What's up, fellow classers? It's Apollyon here, bringing you the latest war recap, CWL War recap with WHF2 versus Dragon Rejects. WHF2 is able to pull out the victory. Very close war. Props out the Dragon Rejects on the 84 to 83 and in total percentage as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the key attacks across the board. And before we do that, we'll look at Dragon Rejects just to give them a little shout out there. Show you their profile, who their sister clan is, YouTube, all that kind of cool stuff right there. And then we'll show you what they did to our bases real quick. We're able to 2-star all of the 4 Town Hall 11s and missed a couple of dips, 1, 2, 3, 3 dips on Town Hall 10, and I think that's what made the war actually. And as far as us, I'll show you an attack of a 10v11 up hit, a 11v10 dip, a 10v10 3-star, and one of our Town Hall 9 hits, and probably do another video on a couple other of these attacks since there was so many good ones. But anyway, before I go into the attacks, let's go ahead and give a shout out to all the 6-pack or people that got 6-packs during the war. Now, we're going to send a shout out to the Town Hall 11s that were able to 6-pack their dips on Town Hall 10s, which is one Don Blonde, or ODB, Ed, and Tails. And then in Town Hall 9, we have Canadian A, Sephiroth, FBL, it's Paulino, and 7 Miles. So good job to all of them. Good job to everybody, but just a special accolades to those that got 6-packs this war. We had one person get 10v10 3-star, just wasn't able to get the other one with another Town Hall 10. So let's go ahead and jump right into the attacks. And what we're going to do first is show you the attack on number 1, which is a 10v11 up hit, or whatever you want to say. And the really interesting thing about this is there's no jump here. So you very rarely see attacks, especially 11 or 10v11s, that have no jumps to get to the core. But we're not using them here. So tons of archers just to figure out what buildings we can take out, because it's all about percentage. And already starting those things early to be able to start whittling away percentage and clearing out that top, even though we're not coming in from the top, we're coming in from the bottom. So those archers will do that, and then we'll send in Golem at kind of 3:30ish, 4 o'clock. Still have 2 more golems, so we're doing a stoned, I think just bowler attack. And let's see, we've dropped our 2 golems, dropped the 3rd golem in on that mortar at 6 o'clock. That golem is just getting torn up at 3:30, but is able to trigger the clan castle. Again, we're not using a jump here, so we're just wall breaking in, and there's a big moat. It goes all the way across, so really good look on that. And we're just sending in tons of bowlers. Look at how many bowlers we've got going in the core. Both King and Queen have not even used the ability yet. King uses his ability, and Queen is going to have to use hers in just a second. There we go. Freeze goes down on that Expo. And Inferno to take out that, and the bowlers just do the rest of the work. They take out the Town Hall. The Eagle Artillery is taken out by the bowlers, and I think possibly with help of the Queen earlier. And now it's just about these bowlers making it through and getting whatever percentage that they can. We've already deployed all the units, so there's really no more spells or units to deploy. So we'll fast forward this as these bowlers, take out some of these trash buildings and finally make their way in towards the wizard towers. That's the only defense that's even close to them. And then we'll wrap up with a 62%, I think. So decent hit. Very, very good job to start us off. Let's take a look at our 11v10 dip. And we'll look at a really nice hit from Tails going in on their number 6 with a GoBoLaLoon. And this is why, guys, practice these things at Town Hall 9. You're going to use them again. I mean, it's just, the fundamentals don't go away. So we're sending in a cold-blooded or just 1 golem in with 2 Valkyries that are just going to get tons of, or at least that 1 Valkyrie is going to get tons of value. The other one just died quickly. But that 1 Valkyrie is going to get a lot of work at the cleaning the trash. Queen has sent up just a naked Queen, although she has her clothes on. Naked Queen at 2 o'clock to take out those defenses. And look at that funnel job. I mean, there was nothing left but just, you know, to get the kill squad into the core, sending in those wall breakers in to open up that first compartment, having to jump to get into the core towards the queen, and it's really the bowler's job to make it in here, take out the queen along with the king, and get that inferno tower. So they're going to get a little distracted here. They're going to take that jump, and then they're going to make their way into the core and just start going in on all the stuff in there. And finally, they're going to redirect and go back down and take out that Inferno Tower. That would have been pretty catastrophic if they didn't. They are going to eat a giant bomb at the end, but that's all right because look at the pathing for this LaLoon. Just the perfect clockwise pattern. So it's about sending in these hounds and loons in from 6 o'clock all the way around to the 1 o'clock area. We still have a freeze, 2 hastes, and a heal to push them through here. Have 7 more loons that have not been deployed yet, and we're going to heal right around that wizard tower area where all that splash damage is going to come in. So just being very patient. There we go. When we're pushing these loons in there, as soon as they get into those wizard tower range, they're just going to soak up those heals, and then we're going to push them through with that last haste and freeze that Inferno Tower just to make sure that they get in there and no funny business is going on. That Expo is definitely being annoying. They're going to one-drop that Expo, and then they're just going to have to deal with these Skelly traps. And they do pop the Lava Hound, which I like throwing an Archer towards the end, but that Lava Hound is just a little too late to the party, or the pups are too late to the party. Those loons already do the cleanup work. Really cool attack. All right, our 10v10. Ooh, I think it was number... No, I don't know. I think... There we go. Okay. It is a bitch attack. So we've got bowlers and witches coming in at 9 to 12. Just going to go ahead and push through the entire base with 2 jumps, 2 rages, and a heal and a haste. I think one of the keys to this attack, though, was really great foresight. Instead of just bringing bowlers and witches to push through the entire base, he brought 6 loons, which I think if he didn't have those loons, probably would have been a fail. So very smart to deal with that last Inferno Tower with his loons and a haste. Knows exactly what he's going to have problems getting to, or could potentially have problems getting to. So that first jump goes down. King and Queen are dropped really late to make sure that they're tanking. There we go with the King. And the Queen is already in, but she just is lagging behind a little bit, as she always does, especially after to deal with this the LaLoon portion of the enemy clan castle. Second jump is dropped in there. All the rages have been used, and we still have some funneling and cleaning up on the sides going. So everything's going pretty decently, but that core is dying out. We only have a couple witches. We have a king that has already used the ability, just popped it right there, and we've got a queen with full ability. So it's really up to these witches and everything on the outside to continue funneling and continually cleaning up here. Like I said, if he didn't have those loons, I'm not sure this would have been a 3-star, because that Inferno Tower would have definitely killed those witches without them being able to get all around the base. But very nice deployment here. They are on some of those witches already. Drops those 6 loons or those 5 loons in for that Inferno Tower. Boom, taking that out, and those witches can do their thing. And those loons are going to get taken out by the splash damage, unfortunately, as well as the Skelly traps at the Wizard Tower. But Queen has needed to pop her ability. It looks pretty good at this point, though. We still have 3 or 4 witches up with all the skeletons. That's a big deal, and we've only have 1 splash damage to deal with. And Queen would be able to do that, I think, even without anybody else's help. There we go, taking care of that Wizard Tower, and now it's just up to the witches and skellies and Larrys and lions and tigers, oh my, to take out that last trash building. Boom, we've got it done, and we got our 3-star. Nice hit on that one. And then our last one is going to be a 9v9 in honor of his 6-pack and the fact that he never uses Queen Walk. We're going to go ahead and document this for all posterity and history, so that in 2070, when they're watching these replays on Clash of Clans, they can view this epic attack. But in all seriousness, it was a good attack, so I just wanted to show it. And we've got King and Valkyrie coming in to clear up some of this trash, set that Queen Walk pathing to make sure she goes from probably the 7-ish all the way to 3 o'clock. The only thing that's very dangerous about this is when you don't drop your healers in, they're going to go target the hero that has the least amount of health, which happens to be the king. So at this point, the queen is really just, she just has to wait for the king to die. He drops his healers, and look at that. They're going right for the king. Fortunately, they die, but that one healer is pulled in too close to the air defense, and he loses one right off the bat. So I've done it a million times, or not a million, but enough to be annoyed with it. So just be careful with that. The queen is going to be stuck on a couple storage units, but she's going to be able to take out the enemy queen and then start working her way towards the 3 o'clock and bust in around the expo area at 3:30. So we've got queen on queen action. The rage is used, still have 2 rages and a haste. And we're still making our way. We've got to take out. We've already got 1 air defense, and now we've got the second air defense. So only 2 left. So it's time to start the LaLoon. Pretty decent pathing here for these loons. As you see, there's just about clockwise around the base. There are some annoying Teslas, but those hounds are going to tank for that. At least one of the hounds is. I haven't deployed the other hound yet. A little late on that deployment, but that's just fine. Queen is still doing her things. Has 2 rages, used the second one on the queen already. There go the wall breakers, test wall breaker, and the real live OG wall breakers going in to bust that queen in there. And we've got the lava hound tanking up at 2 o'clock. Goes down. We got to use the rage on the loon portion. Push them through there so that they don't all die off completely. And we need that push. And fortunately, that queen is helping tanking the expo, getting that sweeper, which really isn't doing too much to blow away those loons. But we do have a pesky Tesla. Now look at these hero healers. Those healers stepping it up right there, tanking for those minions. Unfortunately, they're going to step out of the way, and that Tesla has got 0 life left. It's going to pop the balloon, which is going to fall on top of it, and it's going to take it out. And we've got our 3 stars. So hopefully you all enjoyed these attacks, this war recap. Props to Dragon Rejects again. Great war. Good job to WHF, hitting 4 in a row now of their CWL Wars. Looking really strong, and just looking forward to the rest of the season. Guys, if you haven't already liked, subscribe, please appreciate it. Share them with your clan mates. You know, if you guys enjoy it and benefit from these type of videos, I'm sure they will as well. So go ahead and use these different types of compositions. Get used to it. Practice it. Use them in FCs all the time. Those friendly challenges are your friend. Go get those 6-star clan wars and practice those 3-star attacks.